Okay. Brooke, don't worry. I just got my hair out of my face and stuff because it's gets really hot when you start, putting this stuff up, and
Yeah.
I got my hair up over, here. Sorry it took me so long to get this live stream started, but I wanted to get some of the stuff up first, and then just kind of slowly take the camera around to try and show it to you, hopefully effectively, and let you see what I got done so far. And of course, there's Mom yammering at Carl on the phone. Here's one of the first setups.
Huh? You what?
See, I got some black silk roses, pumpkin or dead branch looking thing. It lights up when it's powered enough. Fake spider, pumpkin with the witch coming out of it. Over here, this is some of the decals, knife and blood splatters. This is the door. It says the witch is in.
Did you gotta go to your wedding? Was it?
There's another of the decals.
It was a flop. Huh?
There's some more of the decals.
What? Like what?
That's the banister that I've done outside, out on the front porch.
Oh.
Hopefully you can see that okay. And I got some bloody footprints, skeletal, and then regular human looking there. Got these guys over here. I don't know if I'm lining this up right, but hopefully you can see them okay. There's a Halloween thing. There's some more blood splatter and bloody handprints. And that's just what I've done on the front porch so far. I know there's probably a way to turn the camera around. Let me see if I can figure it out. Be a lot easier.
Justin? You think Justin might be roasted? Got some stuff going on? Huh?
No, I can't figure out how to do it, so bear with me. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see this stuff, but like I said, it's still a work in progress. Out here, got some spider web up over here, the fake spider in it. I've got a little spooky decoration there, some fake grapes, Halloween plate, Halloween ghost. Up here, I've got these little pumpkin Halloween lights that run on, we think it might be either C batteries or D batteries, not sure. So it's a work in progress still. But I've got a lot done, so far. This is just me walking through the house. And it's actually nice out today. So,
Yeah.
there we go. Make sure this is down and turned so you can see everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Because I'm not done yet. I've got some more fake spider web to put up. Some more crepe paper. I'm going to do the banisters on the side porch, which is going to be the main porch where all the activity is going to take place, where we're going to be handing out the candy and stuff. So, unfortunately, Halloween night, nobody will be able to enjoy the decorations on the front porch till after trick or treat. Because it should be 6 to 8, I'm assuming, our time, like it normally is every year. Hopefully it won't be rainy, cold, and miserable, but
It's what?
we'll see. But I'm gonna go quiet for a minute so Mom can talk to Carl.
Well, you said you were going to be looking around to see if you could get some help there. Now,
I'll tell you,
Goodwill and Salvation Army will help you, or St. Vincent.
People don't realize how much work it is until you do it. It's like, whoa. And this is me getting on my phone to give you a message on Signal, let you know I'm live streaming.
Well, no. Yeah. Hmm.
I'm just trying to be kind of quiet right now because she's on the phone with him. And I did take some pictures on my Canons, so the good ones, once I get them transferred to my computer, I'll have Chris print them out for me, and that way I'll have a portfolio of sorts on the show. Oh, look at that. Take this with me. Mom wants me to make her ramen bowl for her. There's one of these big ones. So let's see. 30 in 3 minutes. Seasonings and stuff. Flavor sauce, chicken, whatever this is.
Is she still running up on the hill Friday?
I guess just put it all in together. I haven't done one of these in so long. Hope it turns out okay.
Well.
Ow! I hate when these things are hard to get open. again. Brain's fried already.
Yeah.
And I haven't even smoked any trees yet. I have my back brace on today, but sometimes it has a tendency to ride up. She's still talking to Carl. But let me know how I did as far as taking the computer around and trying to show you the decorations. Because I was trying to figure out how to turn the camera around, to where I could just carry it and, the camera would be facing the way I need it.
Oh, yeah.
So I know that I'm getting it on there right. But right now I'm fixing her ramen packet and I'm going to fix me something when I get hers done. Yeah. I've only been on here about 12 minutes. So, you really haven't missed much.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, Jim said that if you can't do it or whatever, he said he would sell the stuff and then give you the money, is what he had said that he would do. So that would be between you and him if you make it up here or whatever.
From the sound and feel of things, Carl's having a conundrum of his own down there in Kentucky right now, and it ain't good. Some fighting going on, or who knows. I went and stirred Mom's ramen packet a little bit for her. But because I am so late at getting this started, Brooke, I hope you can hear me okay. I will take the computer out with me when I'm decorating the side porch, if I can find a high enough place to set the computer.
Yep.
Or tilt the screen up enough, not with the glare in the sun, whitewash and everything, so you can see, what I'm doing.
What? Well, Janet's doing some decoration.
Yep.
She's doing a video with Brooke. And,
Yeah, a live stream.
I live streamed with Brooke because she got talking to her today. That's why you hear voices behind. So.
Yeah, and I'm trying to talk fairly low so you can hear him. I'm lighting up the steak pretty.
Well, people gives him money and he don't call anybody else. He's mad at us because he wanted us to drop a bunch of rent.
Need to get some more of
married,
these.
and that's not gonna happen.
Called love.
He's mad at us, so.
And I leave them over here
myself because you can't do that, and we're not going to. No, it's not.
Forgive me firing me no insult.
Well, you've got about 3 more years, I think.
And the other one I got is Rose, and it has Mother Mary on it. Her ramen's beeping, so let me go get that.
Okay, you want to make sure, because I don't know who might be here. Yeah. Before the rats get in, huh? Oh, excuse me.
We'll set up a table. I'll let you know later whatever is going on. What am I doing? Right. Brain fart. Getting out a table for Mom so I can get her set up to lunch.
You want to say hello, Janet? Huh? You want to say hello to your sis? Then you can hang up when you get done.
Hey, brother. What's up? Oh, Social Security. Okay. Well, that sucks.
Just hang up when you get done. You get ready to go get something to eat.
Oh. Uh-huh. Huh. That's weird. Huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, I mean, look what I went through, you know.
Ouch.
Yeah. But anyway. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Right. Yeah. Help me or else, damn it. Yeah. Exactly. So, but Mom said, yeah, I love you, and I'll see you whenever you get up here. And you know, you can always call me, Carl, if you need someone to, you know, scream at or vent about shit or just say hey. You know, I mean, I try to call Mom too once in a while to see how she's doing on the days I can't come over.
Got you now.
So get something to eat. Love you, and talk to you as soon as we can. Okay. 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 All right.
Bye-bye.
Love you. Yep. Bye. Bye. Wanted to make sure I hung up. Do you want anything to drink with it, Mom, or are you just
No.
letting it cool down? Okay.
I'm just.
He's having issues with the Social Security, Brooke. It turns out that's what it was. They're being assholes. And I mean, I can kind of understand a little bit what he's going through because I know how hard it was for me to get mine. And believe me, it was not easily done. It took some struggling. It took some fighting. It took some convincing them I was nuts. Once I did that, I was fine. You know, they gave me my money straight away. Said, here you go, crazy lady. But hey, you know, so, but that's what it was. It was, from what I could tell, you know, that was like a mainstay, a main thing that was, you know, giving him issues, you know, because Social Security, they don't want to give people money. You know, they want to keep sticking it in their own damn pockets, you know. It's ridiculous. What?
What's that red thing from?
It's a lid that was in the strainer that just happens to fit under that. So I was like, why not? You know.
Your birds are calling you.
I know. The birds are yelling at me because I haven't gone in to see them or say hi, because as soon as I got here, I pretty much started decorating right away. But at least it's nice to have a house that I can decorate in this way, you know. Like this spider web stuff. This is the first time I've worked with this. You know, I know it's easy to tear apart and everything, so you just got to kind of figure out how you want it to look and then drape it over a bush or drape it over a tree or whatever, you know. I'm going to do it on some little flowers that Mom has on the corner of the front porch out here, like right in front of me on the other side of the wall, of course. I think I'll put some over there and make sure the little, you know, fake plastic spider's on top, because he's right there. Got an extra orange and white, but only have one black, and then this orange that I've been using and this white. So I hope I don't run out of the black prematurely. But it's a job, you know, because the more extensive you go and the more elaborate you want to decorate, the longer it takes. And then, of course, there's the fun part at the end when the Halloween's all over, tearing it all down and throwing a lot of it away. Like the fake spider web, that could probably be reused if you take it down carefully and just, you know, put it back in its bag and, like, you know, put it somewhere where it's not going to get everywhere. Because it's definitely something you don't want to leave down around pets, because it could make them sick. But give me a few. I'm going to go in here and get myself something to munch, because I haven't eaten today yet. And I've already had both my shakes. So I got to get some kind of food in my gullet. I got me some soup heating up, and I'm gonna munch me some of my favorite popcorners that Jim got me started on, because they're a lot healthier, less sodium, and stuff like that. Let's see. Where's my eyeballs when I need them? I don't even know. All right, they're in my jacket. Anyway, 8% total fat, 3% saturated fat, 7% sodium, 7% total carbs, 2% dietary fiber. So these are a lot healthier than like some other chips. These are white cheddar, which is kind of munching on some of these before my soup is kind of the equivalent of putting crackers in your soup. More filling. Mm. Mm.
Something popped in there.
Microwave, like it does when you're heating something up. Microwave's beeping. So welcome to lunch with us there, Brooke. Although I expect you're probably making dinner there by now, huh? Set these down on the floor so I can use this table. My camera, yay! I am so glad I found that. Ugh. Oh, my back's killing me.
Food?
Yeah, I'm doing one of the potato, broccoli, chicken, whatever thing.
I like those once in a while. But...
Got it on a pretty plastic Christmas plate, so I wouldn't burn myself carrying a hot bowl in here and spill it everywhere. Let that cool down a little bit too.
What you do, mix it up. You don't. And you eat from the top down on your food. Friend of your dad's and mine, visit Venice, is their name, young boy. There. He got eat chili at his house one time. And cut mutton straight. He said, "No, you don't want to do that." He said, "Just eat your chili from the top." And
yep.
It'll stay
same with cream of wheat.
Done.
That's what I like about cream of wheat and cocoa wheat. Because you can just take off the top and eat it, and it stays warm all the way down. You just take off each layer, eat it as you go, each layer. And yeah, I'm ooh shiny today. I felt like being ooh shiny. This is actually a dress, but I can't wear it as a dress right now. I'm still too heavy. Oh, fajitas. Yeah, I like fajitas. Mm. Mm. I'm gonna get me some pop.
He's daggone lucky that there really can pop in there.
Well, Jim claims that Brooke, he has another Brooke that I think he met through his church or something. He met her somehow and he was trying to help her out, you know. Which that's all well and fine and good. But when she comes over, she does absolutely nothing to help my mom, which was the whole idea of why, you know, she was coming over here. And she eats mom out of house and home to where everything has to be replaced. She does nothing. When she takes a shower, she just leaves shit laying on the floor, wet, dirty. She don't even have the decency and courtesy to pick the shit up and put it away like mom asked her to. So mom finally, I'm proud of her for this. She finally broke down and told Jim, don't bring her here anymore. I would rather Janet come and do the things for me that I really need, because at least she knows that she can trust me. I'm not going to eat her out of house and home. I'm not going to rob her blind, or God knows what that girl did.
She sure didn't help me any. I told him.
I mean, this may be Jim may, you know, it's maybe, or Jim may consider this half his house because he pays the bills and he's on the lease, but that doesn't give him the right to tell her to just come in and help herself to any food in there, especially when she has her own damn food stamps. Why can't she use those to get her own damn food? You know? Oh, I got a funny one for you. Guess whose birthday she shares? Michael's. Brooke's birthday's February 9th. Go figure, you know, how about that one, right? But mom thinks that she has a split personality, which she might. I wasn't in her company long enough to be able to determine that.
Yeah, she told me this herself. She went to the church picnic over there. That's what. So the only reason she came was because of the food.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't have her snacks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She does have them, but the apartment complex that she's in, each and every one there kinds of share things. If she said that way, she wouldn't last her at all. I don't know anything about that. But then I just told I said, he was telling her he could do this, and he was giving her money too, and she did nothing at all. I mean, nothing except for herself. Never asked me if I needed it or something to eat or anything. It was all just for her own doings. I said, no more. I just don't want no more of it.
According to mom, we don't know how much he was giving her, but he was giving her money too. And it's like, hey,
first time
if you want to crank out some money, send some my way. You know, at least I'll use it, you know, sensibly.
The first one, he gave her $100.
Oh, wow.
That should have covered. She only spent the total of 4 hours here. That's it. Doing nothing. If the TV's on, she'll sit and watch that. She gets hungry, she goes to the kitchen.
So he was basically paying her $20 an hour roughly for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, Jim, if you want to pay somebody for coming over here and helping mom, fucking give it to me, because I can use the money right now.
Because the apartment she's in, it costs her nothing to live there.
Yeah.
All the people there are handicapped people and don't have no work, no nothing, no income at all. And right now, she did say that they decorate for the holidays. They have meetings. They have a meeting room there. It's a helping thing for people, but what I have seen, she didn't want to help herself. She always helped. Whatever she did, she wanted to do for herself, but not the way she should.
Right.
Anyway, I hope it's so Murphy don't show up.
If he does, oh well. This stuff needs to come out, Mom. He needs to know what's not okay. And if it means he gets mad at us, then I guess he gets mad at us.
Why people taking so much advantage of me, and that's the way I feel sometimes. Being taken advantage of. I don't like that. She's supposed to help me. She didn't do a damn thing.
In a future live stream, Brooke, just to let you know, I don't know how soon I'm going to be able to do one, but one of the times I come over here, I'm going to be bringing all the resin pieces I've made so far. I'm going to use Mom's fold-out banquet table, probably go outside with it because I'll have a lot of good lighting there and it won't be taking up a lot of room. And I'm going to make sure that I, get some video footage on my Canon, do a live stream and everything, trying to show people the pieces, the sizes, and the prices. Excuse me. And there's going to be a pile on this side that's gifts I'm going to be giving people for Christmas that aren't going to be for sale. Then there's going to be stuff on this side, the right side, that will be for sale. However, if a customer sees something on the left they really like, let me know. Let me know how many of the pieces they want. Do they want just a couple, or do they want a full set? I have determined that a full set, at least one of the full sets, consists of a large sun catcher, 2 small ones, a jewelry box with a lid, a pendant, and 2 little keychains. And I'm going to charge $50 for them. Now, if people want, say, a fuller set, like they want 4 small ones of the same color and 4 big ones, fine, but they'll have to buy them separate, because I can't just crank these things out in the blink of an eye. It takes 24 to 48 hours for each batch when it's properly done to harden to the consistency it should, so that, it doesn't fall apart on you, make a mess, get all over you, because you're not supposed to get this stuff on your skin, because it's a bitch to get off. Trust me, I know, because I've gone through it. Wear a glove, which I do now. Probably wouldn't hurt to wear a mask, so I need to start wearing one of my masks, not breathing the stuff in, because it says make sure when you work on these pieces, make sure you do it in a well-ventilated area. I do it in the front room on my little card table, my little tea table that I destroyed because I got resin on it. And so forgive me for anything you've written up there I haven't read yet, but I'm just trying to take a break. I'm trying to eat. I'll read it later. Before I end the live stream, I'll go back and try to catch up. And once I get my soup eaten, then I might just go ahead and move the Chromebook down here on the tea table, so it's at least, close up, a better close up of me or whatever. And then I can sit and type or I can respond when you type something. Hadn't given my back a rest. Because once I get this soup and stuff in me and I've got a full belly, that'll give me more energy, and then I'll be able to safely take some pain pills to keep my back from hurting. Because I've already got my copper back brace on, and it helps a little. But when you sweat a lot, which I have been sweating a lot because I've been moving around, I'm being active, I'm hanging up decorations, So I've definitely got to have food in my tummy before I take any pain pills to kind of help with the, the back brace and the pills together, maybe be a good combination that will help me to be in less pain until I get the rest of this outside decorating done. And then see if there's some easy places that I can put some crepe paper, string it up in here, which I'll have to tape it in place.
There ain't no one's in here, not even to hang our beads up that we have for our Christmas card.
Mm-hmm.
Jim said he has a place to fix so he has his card. The only thing I was thinking about was putting some kind of a beaded string or something across back on here and just hang them on that. He said he already knows what he's going to do with them. That was something else too that happened when that car hit over there. It did not break those beads. Our beads did not come down. That was I just call that a miracle because there nothing got jolted. Just the come through the living room door, tore up the bathroom. It could have torn me up if I was sitting there, and I did not. Thank God. But it did not. Nothing got dislodged from anywhere. Nothing got shook at all, or relocated like some stuff would when a flood hits.
Well, we already know it was the angels because if you remember, Brooke, when you would walk in the front door of the old place, that very first wall that you would see, Mom had her table set up and she had nothing but angels on it. That is where the guy stopped and veered more to the right somehow and did not touch any of those angel statues. So you tell me if it wasn't the angels trying to lessen the blow as much as they realistically could.
Nothing on the left side when the door got busted in. Nothing on the right side of the house. Never got destroyed. It was just in the doorway and the bathroom got torn up. And the front of the house, which was a, I don't know what would call it.
It was a mess.
I'm just glad I wasn't there.
Yep.
I was sitting in the chair on the couch, and I said, "No, I'm going to back to bed." So I went back to bed, and it wasn't very long after that. Fire come running down there, and it jolted me awake, and I got up, head towards the bathroom. Oh my God! I could see the front end of the wagon car. I remember him saying something about alive. I guess he was thinking it was going to kill him, but he said alive, so he must have thought he was going to kill him. Probably should have. Then he told the police officer, "Well, just give me a ticket and I'll leave." He said, "Man, you tore this house up. You tore this house up. You could have killed a woman that was in there. And you want a ticket to leave?"
And her cat. Thank God Stubby didn't get hit because we were scared to death that Stubby was dead. That we was going to find her dead.
She heard the car. She still heard.
She heard the car. Probably sensed what was about to happen, and then she got down and ran and hid, and it saved her life. Because so help me, if they would have killed that cat, I would have went completely like black magic on that son of a bitch, and I would have fucking killed him. I would have killed him, and it probably would have took me out in the process. You don't kill my family's pets and get away with it. Not on my watch.
What are you doing?
I'm bringing the Chromebook down here so I can actually, read some of it and be able to type. Yeah. Yeah, and believe me, I thank the angels every day that whatever encouraged Mom to go back to her bedroom saved her life. And we were all so scared that we were going to find Stubby dead. As soon as I got to the house and I saw the damage and I realized how close I was to losing my mom, I lost it. Carl walked out of Kathy's place and I was tearing up and I was in his arms and then I started crying. Because that's some scary shit, man. You know.
There was another house down that same street, got the same situation. And over there, right where
It still makes me cry. That was too close.
Kathy's mother-in-law, where she lived, someone went and ran into that place too. It's these foreigners is what it is.
Yeah.
I think my furnace is on.
No, I think it sounds like somebody's doing like mowing a lawn or something outside. What it sounds like to me. For this meal, we thank you now as it sustains us. Please allow your blessings on these gifts in us as we will, so mote it be.
Look at heater right above me, though.
I don't know. I feel warm too, but I feel like not like it's heat from the vent, but heat from the outside because Mom's got her front door open, but the screen's shut.
Right here, get rid of this table. It's a rocky table. I want to check.
Sorry, Mom. I was just trying to.
It's all right.
Trying to, set a table up quickly as I could for you. And as mental as Naomi is, I would not put it past her to either go find the guy that drove into the house and become his best friend, or maybe even screw the guy.
Which to say they were not.
And yeah, there's always the possibility that fucking Naomi put him up to it and said, whatever I get for the house, and whatever, then, I'll give you some of it. And she never would have. She would have found a way to keep it herself.
They moved shortly after that, too.
Because Carl, I remember being in the car and Carl took me by. He's like, there's the house of the son of a bitch. Yeah. I'm serious. I would not put it, and Mom will agree with me. We would not put it past Naomi to pay somebody to do exactly what that guy did and not seem to have a care in the world whatsoever, that he just drove into somebody's house and almost killed the people in it. Like it's nothing. Like, it wasn't my fault. Prove it, motherfucker. Crazy shit. But yeah, considering my dad put a hit out on my mom when I was 14, I could see very much, I could see Naomi hiring that son of a bitch to do exactly what he did, knowing that Mom most of the time would sleep in that damn chair. But that particular day, I thank the gods and the angels and the powers that be every day that she went back and laid down on her bed, and that the bedroom didn't get touched. The bathroom got fucked up, as you saw. That back wall, as soon as you walked in the front door where all the angels statues were and stuff, untouched. Her pretty clock on the wall here that makes music, and it's got the pretty jewels in it and stuff. It got knocked down, but it didn't break it. That's a miracle. If you really go back and think in incrementally, oh my God, and the what ifs. What if Mom would have been sleeping in that chair? She would have been killed instantly. And who would have been the one that found the body? It probably would have been Carl. And then he would have been calling me if he could keep his shit together long enough to make the phone call to say, Mom's dead. Because some son of a bitch just drove into the fucking front room with their goddamn car. And that's when Janet goes bye-bye. I go bitch on them. I go totally dark side. And I don't know that I would have been able to come back. Even if I would have managed to take the son of a bitch out magically, it probably would have killed me too. Because something that high, a price that you would have to pay to take someone out like that, even though I think I was perfectly within my right to do so. If somebody would have been killed. Especially if that someone was my mom. Carl was the first one. He heard the crash. He came around the side of the house, and it even took his brain a minute to register what he was looking at. That there was a fucking car in the living room. More garbage calls. See my kitty cat? Isn't it cute? Kitty cat with the witchy hat. I decided to finally go ahead and change my my wallpaper to Halloween. And then my other screen's got a different Halloween picture on it on my phone.
It smells like something running.
I'm telling you, somebody is out there doing yard work, and it just happens to be close by enough, or the sound travels for whatever reason, and that's why we're hearing it.
This tea is actually too warm for this. Furnace will come on anyway.
I don't know if you want to see the Christmas plate. Isn't that pretty? It's got a little Christmas tree there. It's got a pretty snow background and snowy mountains. There's a deer right there. It's pretty. And even though, traditionally a lot of times people will just put like maybe a centerpiece on something like this, a little tree or something, or some kind of Christmassy something or other. Or, but it's still a plate. I mean, I have no problem using a plate like this for food. I mean, I'll try not to get stuff on it and, mess it up, but it just seemed perfect to use as a tray to carry this on so I could carry it in here without burning myself.
Considerably warmed up outside.
Mm-hmm. It feels really good. Outside, it's like summer. Anyway, so Carl went around the side of the house just to kind of try to give you a quick recap of what happened. First, he looked to his right to see if some car had hit another car. I don't remember if at that time he was parking in the driveway or not, or if he was parked out on the street. So initially he was thinking, oh shit, I hope somebody didn't just hit my car. Understandable, because that's happened before with a different car that he had. And then he looked left, and then suddenly, finally, his brain registered that there was a car in the middle of the living room. And the son of a bitch driving it was trying to back out and get away. And then Carl thought, oh my God, Mom. And because when something like that happens, sometimes it takes your brain a minute to really register what the hell you're seeing before you actually believe you're seeing what you're seeing, He thought of Mom, and he thought of Stubby right away. Because he's like, oh my God, please don't let them be dead. No, he didn't get arrested. I don't think. He got off scot-free. No charges were filed on him or nothing, because that would mean you would have to tie up the person in court, and then you would have court costs, and who's going to pay that? You think Naomi would pay it? Not very likely. That would have come out of Mom's pocket, Jim's pocket, my pocket, Carl, or a combination of us. And we couldn't do it. And they literally, when the firemen came that day, the only way they could get my mom out of the house was they had to literally They had to lift her out her own bedroom window that happened to be the one that was along the side of the house. The very side of the house that Carl came around to see what had happened when he heard the loud crunch, crash, bang, or whatever the hell sound it was.
It's a machine running out here.
Told you. And Chris, if you watch this later, fuck you. I don't need a damn bib. Shut the hell up. Sometimes, you go to take a bite of the soup and some of it dribbles down on you.
You like mine over here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This basically can be used to put your food on.
Yeah.
If you want.
As long as you just, clean them up right away afterwards, which I would do, anyway. Put them in the strainer and let them dry just like the other dishes. I figured you'd get a giggle out of that. No, Chris, apparently, Mom, yesterday when I did a live stream, or whatever day it was, Chris, he actually got on there and started watching it, which he almost never does. And I'm like, what the hell's he watching it for? But okay, because you weren't on that time, Brooke. It was just Char and my one friend. And, I was hoping Holly would pop on, but, I know she's a busy lady and she can't always do that. And I understand that totally. But he started watching it and he's like, what does she mean she's going to get me? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And he said, Char. He's like, who's Chatty Osborne? I said, that's my friend Char. And he said, she says, tell Chris I'm going to get him. And I'm like, I don't know what she meant. What are you asking me for? So it was funny because, Chris, he's been a slop job before too. And did I ask him if he needed a bib? No. I just laugh at him and go, now, next time you say I need a bib, how about whatever I'm eating, I dump on your head or in your damn lap. See how fun that is for you. Talk about another version of hot crotch. I bet he'd think twice before he'd be thinking about doing the naughty then, wouldn't he? If his crotch is on fire from having hot soup dumped on it. And I would do it too.
Oh, that's
he better not underestimate this Capricorn.
The reason it took me so long to get my skirt back, she had to have somehow or the other the elastic come out of it, and then she had to replace the elastic in the skirt because she poured that hot stuff right down on her. No wonder it didn't burn her twat. It covered her up. I mean, it saved.
Wow.
It actually saved her. She put that hot cheese sauce that she got from it was a meal she got somewhere that was hot cheese sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I left a little bit in my bowl and I was really upset a little bit.
See, I've eaten basically about half of this bowl and I'm already full. So yeah, I would say crackers, soup. And yes, I could just as easily take some of these, crumble them up and put them in there, but I don't like doing it that way because that's messy. I don't like getting that crap all over my hands because then you got to wipe it off because otherwise it's like, yeah.
I get done all over my thumbs all the time.
But these things are so good, I have to stop myself when I do munch on them because I don't want to stop usually.
That's those things you never got?
Yeah, the popcorners. Yeah, they're good. He got the white cheddar, and I already ate through my bag. So just because they're here doesn't mean I've got a vindictive reason to eat another whole bag. I'd be better off getting my own, but I'm down to $42 on my food stamps right now. The 18th is 7 days away yet.
No, does Chris use his or has he gotten it yet?
Chris doesn't get his food stamps until the 20th.
Oh.
I get mine on the 18th. Now, the reload thing they're doing, I've not been able to determine, and I don't know how long it's going to be going on, or how long they're going to do it, or anything. But I haven't been able to determine so far when the reload date is, because normally the way they used to do it is when your food stamps were loaded, you'd get it, all of it in one shot. But because of the COVID thing and how many people are out of work and, different things, disruption all over the place, people dying by the thousands or whatever, they decided to do a secondary load, which I have no idea if there's like a random day they do it each month or if there's a set day they do it each month. And the set day, if there is a set day, I'd like to know. If there is a random day, I'd like to know. So I have no idea when they might reload. I just know my brain registers 18th food stamps get loaded. That's the way it's always been. Back before all these changes and everything happened, before COVID hit, me and Mom both got our food stamps on the 4th. So they were loaded every month on the 4th. Now that I liked better, because what we would usually do is we would use my food stamps first. We would make them stretch as long as we could, me and Chris. And then if, in between, think about it. Mine got loaded on the 18th. His gets loaded on the 20th. 2 days, from mine. So say we go to do a bit shop on the 18th. We don't have to get a whole lot, just enough for, maybe a couple of good meals for a couple of nights, right? And then when the 20th hit, then we would start on his food stamps. However, when mine were on the 4th, same thing. We would use mine first, stretch them as long as we could, and then usually there would only be a couple of days in between before his would be loaded, so we were fine. And if we got too low on food, we would find a food pantry and we would just get it that way. Because there's definitely plenty of those around. You just gotta know where to look for them and stuff like that.
They didn't load mine until the 28th this last time.
Well, then that might be one of your load dates, Mom. That might be your primary load date. I don't know. I only know that my primary load date is the 18th. His primary load date is still the 20th, which they didn't change his, but I'm very upset that they changed mine to where now I have to wait until the 18th. And I don't know what the secondary reload day is. So I just know, the last time Chris used my food stamps, he said I had $42 left. So I don't even know at this point if that's still the case or if they're, he's already used it for other shit and they're already gone.
Yeah, they're good at that.
Because usually, I try to make it a point to ask him, especially if I know that he's about to go to the Kroger. I'm like, do you need my card? Because I don't know, if he still has any food stamps on his or, how well he's been doing about making his stretch. So I'm going to let my food digest a little bit. Probably put on my face. Yeah, I look kind of funny without a face, don't I? I know, I'm being silly. But hey, it keeps us giggling, so that's what matters. And trust me, you'll like this one. You'll like the way I do my makeup. I don't know if I've had any live streams with me yet wearing my makeup that way, but I discovered this lovely little, okay, here's my mascara. And this stuff that I'm about to use, in the way I'm about to use it, actually stays on better for eyeliner as well as lip, because this is black from Hot Topic, lip stain. And then what I do is I take it and after I get my mascara on, I always do my mascara first. Then I do my eyeliner and I use this to do the eyeliner. And then I do my little, marks out the side, similar to Agnes Moorehead that played Endora in Bewitched. Little bottle of sanitizer, which I'm glad I checked because the lid was loose and I don't need everything in my purse getting slimy from that. Because if I stuck my hand in that, I'd be like, ew! What the fudge? Who's been spooging in my purse, man? That's my perfume, my stink party, and I'm dumping my Sarah Coventry all over the place. Sarah Coventry, girlfriend. Sarah Coventry is a big deal, and it says it right on the thing here. It says Sarah Coventry. It's a little like grooming kit. It's got a file. It's got toenail clippers, fingernail clippers, metal file, emery board that's never been used. I'm not sure. I think this has to do with pushing back the cuticles or something or another. And this one, I'm not sure what that one. It kind of it reminds me of like a miniature little fork or something. And the tip of it is sharp. You can cut yourself if you're not careful. But I found it over at the house next door at the Breckenridge place, where I ended up adopting the spirits of the dogs whose remains are still over there that belonged to Miss Breckenridge. And I adopted them. I gave them a home. I took their ashes in their little canisters, and they're now sitting on the stand at the foot of my bed in the bedroom. And as far as I know, they seem to be happy. My spirits have been helping them settle in real good. And they're just happy to be, part of a family and a home again, I'm sure. Because, they've been separated from Miss Breckenridge for 5 years plus,
That's spiritual thing like that. I don't remember I heard this or even seen it, but there was this young girl. They had two dogs that had passed died or something, and was buried. I guess she was out in the sun, and this guy was come sneaking up on her, and both of these dogs that she had came up out of nowhere and like tore the guy up. The spirit guy.
Wow.
So you got your protection through there.
Yep.
Because of you taking them out and taking care of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think about Butchie and Maggie. I wonder who got them. That was Mary and Ray's dog. Judy left it behind. Took Buddy, and Pepper with her two dogs. And she done stupid. Left her mother's ashes at the funeral home instead of taking them to the gravesite, which is off of the plane somewhere.
Because she probably didn't want them. Because,
I hope
Judy and Mary, did they even get along? For the most part? Because I don't seem to recall they did.
Who?
Judy and Mary, it seemed to me like they hated each other more than they loved each other.
Well, the thing of it is, Judy's the second daughter. He had a first daughter.
I know.
And she was a much nicer one. She became a religious teacher, a school teacher for children. Brother Ray lived with them and helped raise the two older boys. Let's see, was J.O. and Keith. Yeah, Keith. Keith worked at cars. He went to California, Florida, somewhere. J.O. passed away. Him and he helped Fayette raise the boys. Got in one of the little love triangles one night. Little Renee. She's almost a double for your sister Naomi. Hear me?
I believe it.
Because I had a picture of her sitting on the bench, and I showed it to Miriam and looked at it. That looks like Renee. So could we borrow that? And they went and took it down to Fayette, and sure enough, she almost identical twin. Almost an identical twin for Naomi. She became the good one, and Judy became the bad one. Mary Brother Ray was getting well because what was her name? Was taking care of her. This young woman, he knew who she was. Taking care of Brother Ray. He was getting stronger, and I guess Mary thought that she was going to get all of his money that he had. And he told me one day, he says, well, Mary wasn't there. I was talking to him. He says, well, Miss Mary thinks that she's got a lot of money coming when I die. But I got a surprise for her. I made out 2 wills. And the 2 wills was Renee, his first daughter, and Judy, his second one. And Miss Mary might have gotten lucky and got some of his money.
There, I'm definitely witchy looking now. I don't usually do it like super thick like that underneath, but eh. The main thing is, don't get it in your eyes because it's meant for the lips, not even probably supposed to be used the way I'm using it. But I like the look. This to me is more like me. This is my witch face, so to speak. And it's not so scary.
I put on some makeup, lipstick the other day.
White diamonds.
I miss my lipstick. I used to wear it all the time.
I've almost got that gone. I wish I could get this top off so I could refill it, but one of these, it's like once it's gone, you can't really reuse it. Just got to go out and get another one if you want, this little thing though, it was only 10 American dollars, so that wasn't too bad, I thought it was a pretty good deal. But I look at it this way, it's like, world, you either accept me for what I am, or you don't. I really don't care. I'm just being me, and to me, this is the witch me. This is how I would wear my makeup every day, and I don't have any other makeup on. Well, I still have my Luminous on from yesterday, but I was so tired by the time I finally went to bed, which wasn't until like 1 o'clock in the morning, that I didn't clean the makeup off because I was going to clean off the makeup at the end of the day, and then I was going to redo it the next morning. Get up, wash my face real good first, dry it off real good, load up the little makeup wand and spray it on, do a little bit of blush, some eyeshadow, lipstick, mascara, my eyeliner, and I'm good. I'm done for the day. And what's nice too is it lasts. The makeup will generally last all day as long as you're not sweating too much and it ends up sweating off, because if it sweats off, well, that's easy enough. You got the option. You can just respray some more on, or you can wipe it all off and then redo it, but if you're going to sweat to a certain degree, then yeah, most likely you're going to have to do either wash it off and redo or just redo it. Cause I ended up putting it on like 2 different times because I forgot that I had it on, and I touched my face and my hands were wet, and I'm like, oh crap. Because even though I may not see it, others may see it and go, oh, there's something a little off. What's this right here? They might see it even though I can't. And the thing about the lip stain is you got to be very careful with it, because if you mess up, once it dries, you can't undo it as easily. You have to pretty much, one thing that I have found takes it off really easy and quickly is one of the little wipe it things. And then what I do is I just get it off, as much as I can. And then, maybe even take a wet rag and do an additional wiping. So, I don't have a black ring around my mouth that, looks funny. And I've got on my wish list. Now I'm hooked on my dress. Lovely. On my wish list, I have a 5-pack of the type of makeup that you're supposed to use in the unit, basically the airbrush unit that I use to do my Luminous makeup. I call it my Luminous because the makeup that I'm actually using right now in the bottles is from Luminous. When I originally got the first wand, when it first came out. Now they have the Luminous Breeze, which is like this big. It's like basically the size of a cell phone, and supposedly it's easier to apply and all this. But when it comes to cleaning time, the first time with my newest wand that I've been using, I'm going to have Chris show me how to do it, watch him as he does it, so that I can do it right and not mess this one up too. Because, after a while, the makeup does start caking and drying on the needle inside or whatever. And then, if you don't clean it during the right amount of time or whatever, once a week or whatever it ends up being, then your makeup will tend to splatter, and it'll look like it's all splotched and like you got some messed up face disease or something. And the cruelty of humans, I really don't need somebody, making fun of me and making me feel like, I'm some weird thing that walked out of a bad horror movie or something. But here in a minute, I'm probably going to step outside and, smoke some of my pagan mix on the front porch because I don't do it in here. I strictly do it outside. And I'm also kind of keeping an eye on my battery, and it's maybe about down to half. So it's still doing good. And I also, yesterday, all the way up until Chris went to bed, because I didn't go to bed right when he did, but shortly after he did, I went to bed, decided to sit up and have some me time. And I was up at 6:30 this morning. Seen what before? Oh, you mean like the Luminous thing? The Luminous, the makeup wand? Yeah, I don't think I showed it to you when you were here. I probably didn't. I didn't have a working one at the time because the wand that I got, if I would have brought it with me today, if I would have thought I would have, because I have this big black garbage bag that I brought, the decorations over from my place, and then I combined those with the Halloween decorations that I've got in this Coleman cooler that Chris doesn't think we need, but I'm keeping anyway because it's like, yeah, we got our big cooler, but there's nothing wrong with me having one of my own that I can maybe use as like a little storage trunk for like some, decorations or whatever I might want to use it for. And, for now, I mean, I'm primarily going to keep it over here and just out of the way because I don't have anywhere to put it at home because, we've already got that big ass cooler at home. But this one has the little nozzle on the side where you can drain the water out of it. And before I would ever use it for like ice or any food related anything, I would clean it out really good, rinse it really good, dry it really good, because the poor thing's been sitting over in that basement for 5+ years with, Halloween decorations in it. So, but let's see, what was I getting ready to do? I'm going to go put the clipper thing on the potato chips, go out and smoke some of my pagan mix, chill for a few, and then I'm going to go out and start working on the side porch, which is going to be like the main one that we're going to be using to hand out the candy. And, that's where we're going to set. Chris is going to have the projector and the screen all set up and everything too. So.
You get the crowd we used to get over there. You need to get up from the side, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that way by coming through to the side door, they can safely walk up the driveway that's got gravel and stuff, as opposed to if we use the front porch, one, it's smaller. 2, you wouldn't be able to fit as many people out there. No. And 3, I don't want people trudging through the grass, stepping in one of those holes and twisting their ankle because then we're going to get in trouble.
Yep.
Or get a breakdown.
He's got one now that he's got to get. There was a tree that was sticking out, and Kobe's supposed to fill it in for him. Get him the stuff to fill the sinkhole in. Once he gets out of here.
I'm going to use the loo, and then I'm going to go out and what? Smoke. What?
Once he gets in, he gets out there in the garage. You don't see him for hours.
I know.
I think he's doing something for somebody else though this time. Helping to fix something.
Jim did what? Or didn't do what?
I forgot what I was talking.
I'm sorry.
I forgot.
I'm making Mom forget stuff again. Let me get my little buddy here. I'll try to do a live stream sometime, Brooke. Sometime here in the near future. Showing me putting on the Luminous makeup and showing the airbrush wand unit thingy I'm using right now to put it on. I've got 2 bottles of the makeup from Luminous, and then I have a 5-pack of the same kind of makeup for a lesser price, and you get 5 of them. That is on my wish list. So, and then this way, by sitting out here on the front porch, I'm a lot closer to Mom. And, because it's so nice out, she's got the screen door open. And I'll put my pop down here so it's not like right in the middle of the, screen. Did I ever show you my cigarette case? Isn't that cool? It's got a little pocket here for a lighter. Got another lighter in here. You can put a cell phone in there if it's a certain size, but I already tried mine that I have right now, and it's too big. It don't work. My dugout that the freaking door broke off of, so I have to make sure when I have this in my purse that it sits upright. Otherwise, my CBD stuff goes all over my purse. I'm getting too low. And then my lighter that I have, like Chris's, which is a torch lighter. It's good to have one because sometimes when you're sitting out here, the wind does get a little blowy and it can, oops, knock my little critters down. Because I'm leaning my cigarette case up against one of my little witch statues I got out here. But yeah, the freaking door broke off the top of it. I'm like, no! It's like, dang it! So I have to make sure it stays upright all the time because I don't want to tape it shut, like put tape over the top of it, because then that's going to be a pain in the butt because the tape's only going to stick so many times before I'll have to take it off and do a whole different new piece, Here, let me see what you were writing. I couldn't see in that light. But yeah, I'll try to do a live stream sometime in the near future of me putting on using the wand, the airbrush wand, which, I try to do around 8 or 9 drops is all you need. You really don't need to fill the chamber unless you really want to put that much makeup on. But the whole idea of, a big part of the idea anyway, of Luminous is you use less makeup. And if you're wondering what this stuff is right here, that's the blood splatter. Trying to make this box a little straighter. I guess it ain't gonna hang. And this is mine. It says Happy Halloween. It's got crow on it and stuff. But
Yeah, I'll do a before of my face, before I put the makeup on, and after. And it really does make a difference. And you only need 8, 9 drops of this makeup, but you got to shake the crap out of the bottle before you put it in the airbrush wand. Otherwise, all the elements don't get mixed up proper in it, and then it'll look like crap on you. But it takes like years off your face, like boom. And one of these times, hopefully, I'll be able to do a live stream and talk Mom into letting me do her face, because I think she would love it. And I would love to be able to get her a wand and get her a unit and everything, and I'd help her put it on. She wouldn't even have to do it herself. I would do it for her. I'd be like, hey, Mom, you want me to come over and put your makeup on? Or anytime you decide you want to put your makeup on, just call me, text me or something, let me know. Oh, fuck. Copper just went by. But hey, I look at it this way. I have my letter from my doctor saying that I qualify for medical marijuana. Now I just need to get a hold of the current doctor that is filling in for the doctor that's leaving that gave me the letter, which was Dr. Questel. He was cool. But the next time I think about it, I will call her or something, leave a message and say, hey, what is the next step that I need to take so that I can get my photo ID proving I have a legal right to smoke, if you know what I mean. And cops can't do shit about it. So, but when a cop actually goes by, I mean, if one of them ever comes up and says anything to me, I'll be like, sir, I'm just smoking CBD, CBD herbs. That's all it is. And, I have my letter proving that I qualify for medical marijuana. I'm just going to get a hold of my doctor and find out what the next step is I need to do to get my photo ID. So I can show that to them, and then they can't say nothing to me. Because they're like, well, shit. She has a legal right to smoke it. It's like, damn straight. Because I suffer from fibromyalgia, chronic lower back pain, arthritis. My ankles are fucked up. My feet are fucked up. I have nerve damage in my left arm and hand, and however far it goes up, because I don't even know how far it goes up, really. And I hold it like a cigarette. You start holding it like this, then you're being a little more obvious. I just hold it like a cigarette. For all they know, I'm sitting here smoking tobacco. I'm not causing a ruckus. I'm not being disruptive in any way. Just leave me be. I'm not doing anything wrong. The next few times that I come over, I will definitely bring a few more, not too many more, Halloween decorations from my place, from the apartment, to fill in the little gap that's over here next to the stuff I already got sitting here. Which, if you want to see it, I'll show you. I don't know how well you can see them, but they're like statues. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, 7. The one in the metal thing there is angels. There's an angel on each side. It was part of something else and it broke, so that's why I got it leaning up. The little boy holding the jar, you can actually put batteries in him and turn the switch on in the bottom, and he's got what is most supposed to be meant to look like fireflies, and it will actually blink like fireflies. Mickey and Minnie in front of a little wine rack I found. There's a little pot that says, "You're close to my heart." There's a little girl. That's a flower pot. I'm going to plant something in there. And then the little boy and the dog. So that's not really Halloween stuff. They're dirty because, they've never been cleaned, but we got them from, I'll wash them off one of these times, before it gets to, especially before the snow and stuff starts, falling, and winter's full blown here and there's snow and ice on the ground. But I will do it here soon before too much longer. I'll take them one by one into Mom's kitchen and just use just a tiny bit of soap, put it on her. She's got a scrubber brush in there I can use, and just scrub them down real good a couple times, rinse them down real good a couple times. And the flower pot that the girl's holding the watering can over, it's actually a flower pot you can plant stuff in. And then the little bare one next to it, I can plant something in there. But I don't know, like, what are any of the winter flowers that maybe would be able to bloom in the middle of winter and not freeze to death. Huh. I just came up with another light bulb over the head. I might actually do that. Thank you, whoever suggested that. They're like, well, you love orchids. Yeah. Orchids like cold. Yeah. Set a couple of orchids out here. They can, if it's too cold, because you don't want it to drop below a certain temperature because it could still compromise them. But, because it tells on the little card that comes with them, because every time I bought orchids, they die because I can't keep them the right cold temperature that they like to be. Okay, I was just checking to make sure I didn't miss anything you typed. But yeah, I'll scrub those down, and probably I'm going to wait until next spring or summer. Pulling down my back brace because it was sitting on my stomach wrong and it was kind of hurting a little bit. I might actually paint them, get me some nice acrylic paints or something. Like paint the boy's shirt, paint the hair, paint the shoes, paint the hair on the girl, maybe just paint them up a little bit. You wouldn't even have to like full blown like do the whole surface of it, but like both little boys have shorts on, both of them have shirts, t-shirt like looking thing, tennis shoes, or like the type of shoes they would wear. You could tell this was back during an era more like when mom was a kid, back in that time frame. And then the little girl, I usually have the boys like sitting right next to each other, but then I thought, and this was another inspiration that one of my spirits popped into my head, or I did, said, why don't you put one of the boys on the other side of the little girl? I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And I might move the little wine rack thing and the Mickey and Minnie. I might move the boy closer to the you're close to my heart pot, and then the little girl, and then the other little boy, and then plant flowers in those next spring, or do some herbs or something. And depending on what size orchid I get, if I can keep it in its original container without having to remove it and fit it in one of those, then I'll just set it down in there as is, and then I'll read the little card on it, because it says, the way I remember it is you're supposed to give them like 1 to 3 ice cubes like a day, I think. I don't know. I don't remember if it's once a day or not, but orchids, I absolutely love orchid flowers, but they need certain cold temperatures to thrive. So we'll see how a couple of them will do this winter. And if it gets too cold out for them, then we'll take them inside and we'll find a cool place in the house to put them, but high enough up that we don't have to worry about Stubby getting a hold of them and destroying them and decide she's going to eat them, and then they make her sick, because you're not supposed to eat them. These are not ingestibles, but animals don't always know that. The one drawback about this lip stain that I don't like about all lip stains is because of the natural saliva flow in your mouth, it tends to gunk in the corners of your mouth, and it just feels cruddy. It's like, ugh. I feel like I took fucking grease and smeared it on my face. I don't like that feeling. So when it starts doing that, then I either reapply the makeup and then until it does it the next time, or I decide, you know what, I've worn this long enough today, I'm just going to take it off. But yeah, I didn't cut my hair or nothing. I just got it up to keep it out of my way. Somebody's power washing someone's porch over there. Anyway, I haven't been up in the attic and couldn't even tell you how long. But I'm going to try to venture up there here in a little bit and see about finding some certain things that Mom's been looking for since she moved in things that she's been wanting to bring down here, especially to set out for like decorative purposes. She said she's got a whole freaking tote of candles up there. I'm like, oh my god, gimme! I'll light some candles outside at night when I'm sitting out here, as long as it ain't too windy. Because if it's too windy, it's just gonna blow them right back out. Yeah, you got to watch those power washers, man, because those things are powerful enough. You can literally take someone's skin off. You could cut them by hitting them with one of those things if it's high enough power. Carl shared that little tidbit with me a while back. And I'm talking all the way back to when they lived at the old place on Santa Maria. But he's coming up on the 20th, supposedly. I hope he makes it. The thing that he seemed to be strongest on his mind was, Social Security and whatever the crap they're doing, taking their time, not giving him money because they don't want to give him money. But yeah, I've been, brainstorming a lot, to change topic a bit, getting some coven ideas, things that I want to do in my coven, a name I want to give my coven, different activities and whatnot that I want to try to incorporate into my coven, and hope that, even if there's just a handful of us that join, to me, if it's a group of people, and say there's 5 or 6 of us, to me, that's still a coven. Where in any book magically does it say that you absolutely have to have 13, or, it's not considered a coven? Well, in my opinion, it's considered a coven if there's 5 or more of us, even if there was just as little as 3. To me, it's still a coven. It might be more along the lines of a miniature-sized coven, but it's still a coven. And I don't care what Chris says. I don't care if his, oh, you got to say things proper bullshit. Yes, and I hope he hears that. It's like, you know what, Chris, just shut up. Just shut up and leave me alone. Okay? Forgive me for not saying it the right way or giving incorrect information. Stuff it. Gotta let that cool down. It's one of the drawbacks of the metal. The fact that thing's metal is, you put fire on it, it don't take long for it to get too hot. Now, don't get me wrong, Chris, if you happen to watch this sometime, thank you for enlightening us with what it means and where the number 13 came into play. Okay, and so if I got together a group of us and there was only 5 or 6 of us, you would not consider it a coven. So what? Are you going to be a part of it? Not very likely. It's going to be more female than male, but I'm opening it to males as well. It's just, it's like my main thing is everybody's got to agree to get along in harmony with everybody else. If somebody comes in there and decides they're going to be an ass and they're going to be disruptive, then they're just going to get promptly kicked out. Yeah, I redid the blue. The only way I can really truly show you is I'll have to take it all down. Don't worry, it's easy enough to put back up. This is just one of the headbands, many headbands that I've crocheted over the years. And who's blowing their horn at me? Knock it off. I don't know you. The blue, because of the gray, okay, the gray was light enough that when I put the blue directly on top of it, it did really good. It's like, wow, but you got to remember, these kits are only designed to last 30 washes. So, and my bangs, like I said, look how long my bangs are. I've never let my bangs grow this long. So I'm still trying to figure out why I suddenly decided to let them grow. But it didn't dye it everywhere. It's like it kind of dyes it a strip here, a strand there, wherever it wants to be, I guess. What? You say something, Mama? Yeah. He's a little fake spider, a little fake rubber spider. That's supposed to. He's got a sucker cup on him, so you're supposed to be able to put him on a window. I tried to stick him up on the wall in there. It didn't work. But I'm definitely going to put this back on because I cannot stand my hair to be in my face like this. Because I've never had my bangs this long. I always cut them because I don't like them in my face. It bugs me, you know. Then of course you get that wise ass hair that's just got to stand straight up. Hey, I ain't trying to do any damn alfalfa impressions. Knock it off, hair. But to me, I kind of here lately, especially, I've been trying to look at live streams as an outlet to express my feelings on things and to conversate with whoever happens to be on at the time how I'm feeling, and in the hopes some of the time that Chris will see it and maybe finally be able to figure out in his own mind what he could try to do different or try to be better at doing or try to knock off the sexual X-rated teasing so much. You know, because I mean, I'm tired of it. It's not funny to me anymore. And I don't like his overly open ideas of sexuality because it's caused us more problems than he'll ever know. Because I associate the naughty with pain more than anything until I bring my weight down better, until I get myself more buff and get myself more toned, you know, and actually have some muscles and not a bunch of fat, you know. It's just, he kills it for me, and I shouldn't have to explain why. He should be man enough to know why, and it's meaning with his health issues, let's put it this way, with his health issues being what they are, there are certain positions that are not required or not recommended to do for people that have, especially people that have lung issues, which, as you know, he does. So he printed out a paper one day for me showing all the wonderful positions you can use. And yeah, they'll help him and benefit him all over the place. But all I see looking at each one of them is every single one of them on that paper caused me pain. So, but I'm supposed to just accept that, endure it, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm not okay with that. I am not okay with that. And besides, to be about as hard as I can ever be about this, in the hopes that he sees it sometime and understands. I mean, yeah, it might piss him off at first, but I've kept my tongue. I've held my tongue for 15 years, and there's a lot of things I'd like to say to him. There's a lot of things I'm sure he'd like to say to me, but because we don't communicate properly, that just stirs the pot and makes it worse. But 15 minutes into a session, let's just say, he goes into an asthma attack, and it kills it for me. I'm ready to get up, get dressed, and get on with my day. I got better shit to do than to put up with this. Having that type of intimacy with somebody, if they truly are a romantic partner and they truly are a loving partner, yeah, I mean, it's good that he was making a valiant effort by showing me the paper, printing it out, saying these are something that I thought we could try because it helps with people like me that have lung issues. And I'm like, yeah, and what about me? I may not have the lung issues, but every single one of those, if I did any of those on that paper, it would cause me great pain. But okay, let's do it. Because that's all you care. It makes me feel like all he cares about is his satisfaction. Yet he will tell me all day long, and I'm not saying he's lying, that part of what his enjoyment is pleasing me in that fashion. But then when he starts talking about other things, like it just, there's a wrong way to talk about such things and there's a right way. And all I can say to this point is every way that he's done it so far, it backfires, it blows up in our face, and it just deepens the hole between us that's just tearing us apart. He may be in denial of it, but I'm not. You know, and it's like, and I told him straight up, you know, when he showed me that paper, I said, Chris, I said, yeah, I can see where these suggestions. Sorry, I gotta mess with this back brace again because it's poking my stomach and it freaking hurts. Ugh. It's the one thing I hate about this thing. Maybe I can tuck it under. Ugh. But you know, the part that the Velcro sticks into, that's coarse. It's almost like the equivalency of a freaking a needle or something. But it's you know, and when it's poking into your stomach, it's like annoying. It hurts. But thanks for saying it looks nice. But yeah, I mean, at least it colored, the blue seemed to stand out better. Let's change topic before I puke. You know, the color, it came in better, I think, and did it where I needed it most to be visible. And people go, oh, you did your hair blue again. Yeah, but only because, one, I feel more like me when my hair is actually blue violet, and that's because I am a star seed, I'm a star child, I'm an indigo child. Colors blue and purple, just, they're my thing. They're my main colors. And they're also colors of power. Did you know that? Blue, a lot of times, when I think of blue, I think of emotion, I think of the West, and I also think of tranquility. I think of peace. I think of how happy it makes you when you look up this beautiful blue sky like I'm looking at today, and it's like summer out here, and I'm sitting out here just having a good old time. And, you know, I'm not really hardly doing anything. You know, I'm just, you know, trying to make the house look halfway nice for once, you know, because this is the first major holiday we're going to be spending here. We've already done Christmas last year, but we wasn't able to do Halloween last year because of when we had to, you know, everybody had to rush to get Mom moved in on Colin's birthday. And I still can't get over that. That blows my mind. I'm like, okay, is it just me? Am I crushing on the boy? Or is there something to this? Of all days to get her moved in, they literally got her everything moved in on the 22nd of December last year, which is Colin Brown's birthday. And I'm like, oh boy. I was happy, you know, I was, but I also had a great deal of guilt that I struggled with because during the time everybody was busting their ass up here to get Mom moved in, I was down in fucking Kentucky with head lice and not sleeping, and I was fucking miserable. I was actually in tears and got up. It was a Saturday, I think. It was a Saturday. Yeah, because I remember that night, you know, I'm sure that, because that's usually the night, that's Chelsea's party night when she likes to drink and, you know, maybe play some cornhole and just, you know, socialize and have a group of friends over, have a little party, you know, get together, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, I got to experience that with them at least once or twice, but I'm not going down there and getting head lice every time I do. And because she won't bust those kids' asses and kick them in gear and go in there if she has to go in there herself and take every single toy if she has to